So Kenya, as you know, has been divorcing Marc Daly for a very long time. The last that we heard, like, is he looking for money? Is that what this is about? According to Kenya, at this point, he's not. But during the after show, she says something a little different. So let me pull that up.
Brooklyn full time. And it's been, before last month, it was 6 months before he saw her.
How's everything going with your divorce?
His attorney filed a motion for me to produce financial documents. I just don't know, why are you asking for them? Because if it's about child support, just tell me what you want to pay. I'm not going to go through court for that. Mm-hmm. If you got hit by COVID and you have to pay less, just tell me that. It's fine. But he never wanted to negotiate anything. And even now, he still will not talk to me about what he wants. So if it's not about alimony, why are you asking for my financial documents? Right. Because if it's a matter of what you can pay, then you should just say what you can pay, which is why we think he's going to be asking for something from me, because there's no reason to dig into what I make when this is about what you can pay for your child. Has nothing to do with what I can pay. What can you pay? It's a show. And I shouldn't have to be dragged in the mud just for me to divorce you from a man who said that he doesn't want anything should we ever divorce. He would just, rebuild it.
I told her that. You can have everything. Take it all.
I had the same attitude.
You can take everything. I don't care. I built it from scratch. I'll do it again.
Ooh. I'm the fool because I said to everyone living, you should always get a prenup.
Mm-hmm. And you did.
And I did it. I let him talk me out of a prenup. When he said that he didn't want one because it was, forecasting where we would be, I just kind of agreed to it because a lot of the things that I owned, I had already owned outright before marriage. So I felt like I was protected. And I know I'm going to win that part because obviously everyone knows I had my home before, but it's what I made while being with him. But I just don't understand, what is the need that you have where you would even feel entitled to any money that I made? You're an able-bodied, highly educated, successful entrepreneur. Why are you even asking for my financials?
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. I've been there, and we took forever to finally, to finalize everything. But him asking for your financials, that definitely says that he probably wants some money. He wants something, because otherwise, why is he asking for it?
Why ask?
I hate that. You're having to go through any of this, but it's unfortunate. Just like you said, moving forward, prenup.
We want prenup. We want prenup.
Okay. All right. So that was Kenya and Sheree on the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show, talking about this divorce and why it's not finalized yet. But the fact that he hasn't seen Brooklyn for like months at a time, and the fact that she didn't sign a prenup, breaking news. All right. So let me get into this breaking news from our friends over at Love B. Scott. All right. So this is an exclusive from Love B. Scott. And they usually get the tea in regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta's new season. Okay. And for those that missed it, I was on Love B. Scott, the B. Scott Show's podcast with Denver and DJ Richie Sky, and of course, B. Scott. Check it out if you missed it. All right. So this was just posted. All right. Shout out to Denver who wrote this article. Denver, according to this exclusive, they say this. Now that season 14 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta is out of the way, we're back to give you, Love Muffins, some exclusive tea about season 15. Multiple sources exclusively tell LoveBScott.com that all of the ladies, Kandi Burruss, Kenya Moore, Sonia Richards-Ross, Drew Sidora, Sheree Whitfield, and even Marlo Hampton. I'm back. Will all be returning with Peaches, all right? Which we've been reporting on. But that's not it. That's not it. Hold on, let me save this. They continue. Our sources also let us know filming begins Monday. And the beauty entrepreneur, Janelle Stevens, I'll bring the picture up, hold on, because I know you're all going to want to know who this woman is. She's beautiful. Okay. So according to Love B. Scott, they said, our sources also let us know filming begins Monday, and the beauty entrepreneur, Janelle Stevens, founder of Camille Rose Naturals, has been tapped to film. All right. It's unclear if she'll be a full-time housewife or she'll make the cut as a friend. The first all-cast taping is set for next Saturday. Okay? Next Saturday. Sonya's husband, Aaron, a.k.a. Ross, is having a 40th birthday party. And they also post a clip of Camille Rose on The Real, the now defunct Real. So despite rumors, according to lovebscott.com, former housewife Portia Williams has not yet been approached to be involved with the upcoming season. As always, we'll continue to bring you the latest RHOA news. Let's hope season 15 is less of a snooze fest than the last one. So, look, you've heard all countless rumors. Is Portia coming back? Sometimes these housewives are the ones putting out this information so that they can get the Bravo and the production company. Oh, there is a want and a need for Portia to come back. We definitely feel like there needs to be some new blood, though. I wouldn't mind if Portia came back, but here's the thing. With Portia comes Simon Gobadia, and with that whole situation, I don't think Portia is ready still to answer the questions about how this relationship even started. And if she is, she's going to lie to us. Shout out to lovebscott.com for this information. As we already reported to you, Oliver Anthony on Twitter also had said this a couple of weeks ago, that all the ladies were offered contracts after the reunion to return for season 15. And a lot of you were like, even Marlo? Here's the thing. Contracts do not mean that you're full-time. Contracts means that they're interested. Let's see what you bring throughout the season. If it's interesting, then you'll be full-time. I really don't. And a lot of you said in the recap for Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, it felt like an apology tour for Sheree and Marlo. I definitely feel like there needs to be some new blood. I want to see some new friend doves. I want to see a new housewife, maybe 2 new housewives, 6 housewives, especially in Atlanta, doesn't feel enough. But Bravo is not. Bravo Truly Original, they are not trying to take the same risk that they took with Roni, because now that's blowing up in their face. So for all of you that are saying Beverly Hills should revamp and get rid of all these, they're not doing it because they're scared, and they're still getting ratings. You saw the ratings for the Real Housewives of Atlanta already. They did well with this cast. They're not trying to get rid of anyone because it was so hard, according to Love B. Scott's original exclusive. Casting was a problem. It was in shambles before they secured these women. And some of these women only came back because casting was in shambles. Marlo got her peach because casting was in shambles. Sheree was asked to come back because casting was in shambles. Drew was able to come back this season because casting was in shambles. They're not trying to take that risk. And I know all of you saw the rumors. He's Daily on Twitch says, I thought Portia was coming back and being offered $5 million. And I told you that's not happening. If Portia was coming back, it would not be for $5 million. They're not offering her that. They're not offering any of these ladies that.